The House overwhelmingly voted to release all of the Epstein files. Now, this is really interesting because a week ago, it was like, I'm sorry, the who? The Epstein what? No. And it was arguably the one thing that Trump liked about the government shutdown was that this whole process was stopped. A new representative, Adelita Grijalva, who was the tie-breaking vote, couldn't be sworn in or was not sworn in by Mike Johnson. She was sworn in, and it was not 218 that voted. It was 427. Only one Republican voted no.
Who? Oh, okay. Let's see if I can guess.
Dude,
Rand Paul. I feel like it'd be Rand. This is government interference. We're printing all this paper. That's terrible.
It's Mr. Clay Higgins of Louisiana of New Orleans.
Well, do declare, Mr. Trump, every single person appears in a file. I've appeared in quite a few files myself. Nail file.
It abandons 250 years of criminal justice procedure in America. As written, this bill reveals and injures thousands of innocent people, witnesses, and people who provided alibis, family members, etc. Wait, what? People who provided alibis? If enacted in its current form, this type of broad reveal of criminal investigative files released to a rabid media will absolutely result in innocent people being hurt. Oh boy.
I really hope he did say alibis in his concern. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, we release these files. Some people will be found guilty of perjury. It's just backwards, stupid hick talk. He's just rattling off a bunch of procedural words that I think he thinks appear in Matlock. Here's my one question though, Francesca. Do you think we see these files? Because here's my point. This now has to go to Trump's desk, literally, and he's like, we're doing this whole thing as if he's not the president. And he came forward and was like, I think they should vote to release the files. What's the president got to do with the
Epstein files?
He could just release them. Like, he could just be like, put them out.
No, right. Well, of course he would, because he's not like mentioned in them. He's not like the second most mentioned name in the files that we've seen thus far in the 20,000 emails that the House Oversight Committee just released last week. It's not like he's got anything to do with them. It's not like Virginia Giuffre was trafficked from Mar-a-Lago by a woman who he's given a cushy new little prison. I mean, you can't even call it cell to.
Yeah.
Ghislaine Maxwell doing yoga. Can you imagine doing yoga in a class with Ghislaine?
I think about that person all the time. I have a child, and yet I know that there are 3 different cast members from Real Housewives franchises that are in the same dorm as her. I know that there is like all this, like there are all these problems in the prisons with discipline now, because like the whole rumor is like, if you say anything bad about Ghislaine Maxwell, then bad stuff is going to happen to you. And then as a result,
she's like everyone, a witch.
Like everyone's acting shitty as a result, and like everyone's pissed off about it. Like it's everything you want it to be in terms of the pre-pardon period of Ghislaine Maxwell. Because let's all just put our cards on the table. There is no way he is not leaving that White House without pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell. Like,
I mean, it's either that or she winds up, there's a extra, there is a fight that breaks out. You know how those housewives get. And Ghislaine, is
the irony. Ghislaine Epstein's herself. Yes, the irony of that would be, would that be rich?
I don't is no longer in this world. I
don't think we see the files. I think this gets to his desk. He vetoes it. He does something. Like I don't want to be this guy, but I'm going to be this guy for 1 second. Venezuelan war starts the second that bill hits his desk.
This I think could be it. The real thing though is not the real thing, but Mark Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein's brother, the one who said that perhaps, I hope does Putin have video of Trump blowing Bubba, which may or may not be Bill Clinton. It's probably not, but one can dream. It might be a joke. He says it wasn't Bill. But Mark Epstein was on News Nation the other day saying that the reason that so many of the Republicans are okay with this is because there's a place where they're scrubbing the files. Take a listen.
What I do want to talk about is I've been recently told the reason they're going to be releasing these things and the reason for the flip is that they're sanitizing these files. There's a facility in Winchester, Virginia, where they're scrubbing the files to take Republican names out of it. That's what I was told by a pretty good source.
I mean, what's nice though is it's this current Trump administration, like the one before that had all the neocon assistants that actually were efficient at redacting files. This one I think is going to be great, and that they may just remove all the names, so there'll just be things where it's just like, and then I was with the representative of Houston, Texas, in the Senate's house, and his name is, of course, and then that would be blank. Like it would, like all the I'll never forget being in Trump Tower with the person whose name is on the tower. It's like, I think that we could look at in terms of scrubbing, but yeah.
I mean, we'll see. They did a pretty terrible job editing the footage outside of Epstein's prison cell that showed that no one had came or gone, although it was edited and everyone could see through the metadata that it was edited. But yeah, who knows what is being scrubbed or is not, but we do know a fair amount. I mean, the one thing is interesting is if Trump had not said at a very late hour that he's okay with the Epstein files being released, right? Because why would he say it was okay? Unless two things. One, he found about that place that scrubs files in Winchester.
Yeah.
Or he realized this was massively going to hurt him politically, and that so many of his Republican caucus wanted to vote for it. They were all going to look like child pedophiles, which many of them are, or pedophiles, not child pedophiles. That's weird. I think that's legal to be a child pedophile.
Yeah.
I think if you are a child, you could be a pedophile, but I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, I think that's also one of those ones where how do you look into that? Like you're getting on a list no matter what.
You don't Google it. No. But they all clearly were like, we're going to look terrible. We're getting crushed by our base. All the QAnon moms are all over this on their Facebook. We have to vote for this. Just scrub your name or find some way to conceal it and let us vote for this, because it's gonna hurt us in the midterms. So that's what I think happened. And he did flip and say it was like, whatever, I've got nothing to hide. But of course, again, maybe things are being scrubbed. However, things that have not been scrubbed are really out in the open. And I just want to mention that we've got emails between Jeffrey Epstein, and a New York Times journalist who was effectively coaching him. So good luck, New York Times. We also have, we have emails of him speaking with Michael Wolff, another journalist, Michael Wolff kind of coaching him. And they're both kind of coaching him on hey, here's how you leverage your relationship with Trump against Trump. And this will kind of be a theme throughout the Epstein emails that I really want to hit on, which is Epstein speaking to other people about his leverage on Trump and about Trump world and Donald Trump himself being terrible, being a piece of shit, how he's unstable, how he's senile, whatever. And then you kind of see it in some of the emails. This is an interesting email he emailed Bannon quite a lot. And now, remember, there was a time when Bannon was on the inside of Trump's circle. And then he was out of it. And a lot of libs, including myself, are probably like, oh yeah, because he was just too extreme. He was definitely it was just too extreme. I don't know about that. I think it might have been something else. But anyway, this is Bannon and Epstein talking basically about this jihad, as they're saying, against you. There's a crooked jihad against you, Steve Bannon says. I've never seen anything like it, and I've seen a lot. Epstein, don't worry. November is too important to risk diversion. Mission first. And the mission, this is August of 2018. I'm assuming the mission is to get Epstein cleared.
I believe what was happening is in the post-Trump winning the presidency, Jeffrey Epstein's The Book Filthy Rich comes out, and he was going to counter it with his own book written by Michael Wolff. And because Michael Wolff was the journalist of the time, Fire and Fury had just come out.
Yes.
But what's very interesting is the reason why Steve Bannon was booted was because it was very clear he was the number one source for that book. Now, we all assumed that
Epstein.
That's the thing, is Epstein was the other source. And I think in that moment, and that's also when Michael Wolff was cast out, was Trump realized that's another connection that's Epstein worming his way back in to me.
Yes, totally. Well, so this is the last thing is like Steve Bannon emailing Epstein. Let's see exactly, but somebody has you in. Somebody big has you in the hindsight, or what is it? I can't read that word. Like basically somebody is going after you. Epstein's like, any ideas? Gee, I wonder who would be going after you at this moment for the things you know about him, for now what you're doing in the back channels that you, like you're saying, back channeling with Michael Wolff about Fire and Fury, back channeling with Steve Bannon, the back channels. And here is another back channel. And this is, I think, fucking wild. The the Washington Post put this together. That in the copies of the text messages, there were copies of text messages in the trove of thousands of pages of documents containing Epstein's emails and other communications released on Wednesday. The messages show Epstein was invested in what Michael Cohen was sharing about Trump. Remember, the financier's former friend during his testimony. This was when Michael Cohen was flipping. Michael Cohen, Trump's fixer, was basically like, he's an evil guy. He's super racist. He's all these things. And he's testifying. And, this is when we're all like, resistancing out and whatnot. The messages show he was invested. Trump has provided different accounts about why he ended his decades-long relationship with Epstein and has tried to distance himself, blah, blah, blah. In the text, Epstein appears to be watching a February 2019 hearing in real time. Remember, he's not arrested until August of 2019 or later, the fall. And at one point informed Stacey Plaskett, who is the representative from the Virgin Islands, where Little St. John or, Pedo Island, where that is. And Cohen had brought up former Trump executive assistant Ronna Graff in his testimony. At the time, Cohen was testifying before the House Oversight Committee against his former boss, alleging Trump was racist, manipulated financial records, and directed hush money payments to cover up his extramarital affairs. Remember, this was the Stormy Daniels stuff. So watch them. This is from the Washington Post. Put together the text message that Stacey Plaskett is getting live during this hearing about Michael Cohen. I should have loaded this from below. But give me 1 second. Let me load this from the below so I can start and stop it, because otherwise it's gonna suck.
Just while you're doing that, let me just say this. What is so fascinating about the dump of these text messages and all of that sort of stuff is it very much points to Jeffrey Epstein somehow being concerned about what financial information is going to go out there, which to me, not that I'm a conspiracy theorist, points to Trump being some sort of cutout or some sort of way station in a money laundering style scheme. The only thing that really makes sense of what Jeffrey Epstein was doing financially, and he said this, there a few different people heard him describe himself as the reverse Madoff. Yes. I make it seem like you have a lot less than you do.
I mean, it's so deep. There's so much here, obviously. This just, to me, the one place I want to go with all of this is the one place I think it needs to go, which is who did what to Epstein and when. So here we go. Here is the live texting during this hearing.
This was when Barack Obama was president of the United States.
So Jeffrey Epstein texts Stacey Plaskett over here. Are you chewing? Which is amazing. You've already got like an in to a sitting congressperson, and you're like, I'm sorry, do you have gum in your mouth? Like, could you stop chewing, please? Are you ew? Like, I love that this is one of the first text messages that she sends her.
What's nuts is you realize how many of them are texting though. When they did this video, it's so funny that they definitely had to figure out, like, the "are you chewing" also helped because it looks like what's his face and this other evil guy, like they all have "no, I'm not texting, I'm just very enamored with what's going on with my shoes" face.
She's doing a great job of hiding that she's like texting anybody. Okay.
And while we were once driving through a struggling neighborhood in Chicago, he commented.
Then she writes back, "not anymore." Now, Michael Cohen is going on about like how Trump has said racist things. And it's like, yeah, this is so 2019.
Yeah, bro, he said it.
People could live that way. Attorney-client privilege, yes, I will turn it over.
You, as my friend Mr. Meadows pointed out.
Okay, text from Jeffrey Epstein. Cohen brought up Rona, keeper of secrets. Now she's going to text back, "who the hell, what is Rona?"
Misled this committee even today in a written submission that contradicted your testimony. You have
Rona,
you were
she
going
said?
to review that. Did you review? Are you going to review it in our next break to correct the record? Yes or no?
Yes.
Question.
Quick, I'm up next. Is this an acronym? She doesn't know what Rona is.
Oh
You
my
helped out
God.
the president's campaign, or were involved in the campaign as a representative, as a spokesman. Even in your words today, it was your idea for the campaign dating back to 2011. Is that accurate? Yes or no?
That's his assistant. He writes back. So basically, like, you should ask him about Rona, which is Donald Trump's assistant. And so she's getting this real time from Epstein. So Epstein is colluding with a Democrat again, helping help Michael Cohen against Donald Trump.
Yes.
Mr. Weisenberg and other individuals, Ms. Rona. Who are those individuals? Are they with the Trump organization?
They
And
are.
are there other people that we should be meeting with?
So Alan Weisselberg is the chief financial officer.
Uh-huh.
The
You got to
Trump
quickly give us
organization.
as many names as you can so we can get to them.
Yes, ma'am.
Is Ms. Rona, what is Ms. Rona's position?
Rona Graff is the Mr. Trump's executive assistant.
And would she be able to corroborate many of the statements that you've made here?
Yes, her office is directly next to his, and she.
Sent 2 minutes later. Good work. So you. This to me is absolutely insane. Oops. That he is
Excuse
live
me.
texting a sitting congressperson. And again, like, this is, I'm sorry, people. Trump and Barr, they offed him. They offed Epstein.
Oh, so you're going Barr?
Whatever. Trump.
I'm thinking. Come on. Well, it's definitely Chubb. I'm thinking I can't remember who the CIA director was. Was it Panetta at this point? Or Brennan? Either way, I think they went old school. You know what I mean? They couldn't get Epstein to go to Dallas, so they did the next best thing and hung him in his cell.
No, exactly, dude. They knew he's like openly talking shit about behind his back. He's sources on all of this material, on all the, all of the inside, stuff that's going on in the White House. He's back channeling with Bannon, and now he's helping Democrats. And on top of that, Trump links him. Epstein links Trump to all of the pedophilia, all of the trafficking, all of the stuff, plus things that we probably know happened. They shared girlfriends. There's naked pictures, of some girls with Donald Trump. Like, but this is crazy to me. Like, they fucking killed him. I'm sorry, dog. They killed him. Like, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Can the Democratic Party just learn to vet one fucking donor one fucking time? Can I just say, like, all you had to do was not have a fun text message banter during a hearing with a convicted sex criminal pedophile, and only it's a nightmare being on the left in America, because you're like, who represents you? Not only are they stupid, they're corrupt. And you're like, God damn it.
I know, you're like, oh, you're right. No, it's obviously the Trump killed Epstein is one step too far, because, MAGA sees this and are like, oh my God, this is a Democrat working with Epstein, trying to take Trump down. And I'm sure they're going to justify anything that is in the documents. Or they're either A, not going to report on them, which they're not, or B, will say, like, it was actually just the Democrats trying to take him down. Like, they blame everything on Oppo research. Oh, it's just Oppo research. Yeah, because there's stuff there, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, to me, this, yeah, of course it's a bad look for Stacey Plaskett, like, who has since admitted that, yes, she was texting with Epstein, because there's no way to deny it. But like, it's more than that. It's just like, oh, this gives Trump the excuse to take this person out, in addition to, again, all the things that he's holding over you. So we will see what happens to Ms. Maxwell. What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/bitchuation room. Do it.